Okay, good morning, folks. Today I'm gonna cover some more Windows tips, see if I can find at least one or two that might be helpful for you folks. If you're like me, sometimes your desktop screen gets too crowded because you have too many windows open at the same time. Now, you could restore down each open window one at a time, but the quicker way is to bring your mouse pointer to the very right-hand bottom corner of the screen and left click. This will restore down all the open windows at one time. So let's say I put my mouse way down in the bottom here and then just give it one click. And there they are. All of the windows have been restored down. Now, let's say you want to restore down all the open windows except the one you're working with. So I'm going to bring most of these back. Let's just, so at least we have several open. And let's say that I want to restore all the windows down except the one I'm working on, this one right here. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of what I call shake them up. And I just put my mouse pointer on the title bar here and drag it to the left and the right quickly. And everything else closes. I shouldn't say closes, restores down except this window that I want to keep open. So that's pretty good. Now, sometimes you want to access important features. And as I often will say, right-clicking sometimes can be your best friend. So if I right-click on the Windows logo in the lower left-hand corner, the Start button, it opens up a context menu that gives me choices such as Device Manager, Disk Management, Computer Management. I can go right to the command prompt from here. Another feature I like to use is a quick way to get to either power options or the system. And finally, this is a neat way that if you want to just sign out, but not shut down your computer, so say another user in the household can use it, you can just use by right-clicking on the Windows logo and then clicking on shut down or sign out, you have the choice here just to sign out without actually shutting down the computer. So helpful ways to get around. Now, sometimes you have an issue where you need to determine how much disk space you have. Let's say you've opened up File Explorer and you can see that the drive, let's say your C drive is in red, the line showing how much storage is in red. Well, that's telling you that your hard drive is almost full, and perhaps you're not going to be able to receive updates or install new programs or additional files. So the quickest way to find out what is taking up all the space is to go to Start, Settings, System, Storage. And this will list all the folders on that drive and how much space each one is taking up, starting with the one that's taking up the most space. I guess it's no surprise that on this particular laptop of mine, the music folder is taking up the most space, 61 gigabytes of music. Anyway, the point is here, you can now look down. Let's say I wanted to say, well, I do have a second drive on this particular laptop as a SD card. If I click on show additional, it's going to show the SD card and how much space I'm using on that one as well. So this is a quick way to find out which folders have the most storage, and then you may want to take the next option of deleting or uninstalling some of those. And finally, I want to show you something about what's called file extensions. So here's an example where I've recorded, I have the DVD Double Jeopardy, and I converted it twice. Once as what's called an MKV file, and then as a MP4 file or M4V file, same thing. But looking at these two files here in my videos folder, I can't tell which is which unless I right click and go into properties, etc. Why is that? Well, that's because Windows often will actually hide file extensions. So when I'm in the tab here, I can just go to where it says File Name Extensions. If I put a check mark there, look what happens. The extensions now appear. So that's a quick way if you're trying to determine what kind of file, and if you don't see the extensions there really clear, just add a check mark to file name extensions and you're good to go. All right, that's my Windows tips for today. Hope they've been helpful, and I'll see you next time.